Welcome everyone to a new live stream episode of the One World Citizens Reporter. I hope you're sitting comfortable. Tonight we will have a special interview with Pradeep Sapkota from Nepal, and also Monique is here in the studio. As you all know, or for the people who don't know yet, the One World Citizens Reporter is here to bring the One World Citizens community online and to show the faces behind One World Citizens, to show what is happening in our network. We have a lot of events and projects, so we want to bring everyone together. And that's why I also want to ask you to be part of the One World Citizens Reporter in the chat of the live stream. You can comment, leave comments for during the episode. You can ask questions to either Monique, to me, or to this time Pradeep. And just maybe also you can let us know where you're from, and we can make you feel part of today's episode as well. I'm talking about One World Citizens. Maybe most of you know what it is, but Monique, you are founder of One World Citizens. Can you tell us a bit in short what One World Citizens is for the people who are new today?
Yes, of course. Yes. One World Citizens is a non-profit organization. We started in 2012 to bring youngsters together from different countries online to share ideas for change and to help each other to work out the ideas into projects and startups. Right now we're active in 16 countries, most of them in Europe, but also outside outside Europe. And we can see it really makes sense to connect youngsters and to support them to make the change they see for the future. So far, One World Citizens. Okay, and today we will meet Pradeep Sapkota, as Alice already said. He is living in Nepal, in Bharatpur, one of the cities. And he is one of the first international members of One World Citizens and had a very big role in development of our program, our international program. He is doing a lot of things, but he's ICT center. He's ICT trader. He's a community leader. He's also a founder of his NGO Change Nepalese Mission and his social enterprise SUNWay Research Innovation Center. His goal is to empower youngsters and his community by ICT, technology, and agriculture innovation. And in One World Citizens, we work together with him in the programs Work of Basic Needs and No One Left Behind. Okay, I think it's today we'll find out more about Pradeep, and it's time to bring him in our studio.
Yes, let me see. I'm sure he's here.
Yes, there he is.
Welcome, Pradeep, to the studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, Pradeep. We've seen each other this morning too for the project.
Yeah, right.
Nice to see you again. And we just told the people that you are from Nepal. And can you please tell us a bit more about the country and where you exactly live?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity and providing this wonderful platform to share the information on what we are doing, and as well as the ideas, how can we cooperate together. Yeah, of course, my name is Pradeep Sapkota, and I'm from Nepal. Nepal is in between India and China, and I live in Chittagong district in the Bharatpur city. So from the capital city, it is around 140 kilometers far. So I live in Bharatpur city.
Okay, and you grew up in Bharatpur. Can you tell us a bit more about your youth and the time that you went to school?
Yeah, I was born where I'm staying at the moment. I mean, in the Bharatpur city, I born over here. And also my childhood, I also spent my childhood as well as the schools, college, and the university life in the same city, and still I'm working where I was born in the same place.
Yeah, and you're also a farmer, and I'm curious. As a young boy, were you already interested in this activity?
The oil in Nepal, more than 80% of the people are the farmer, and also my family is also somewhere in 80%. So my background, family background, is also from the farming side. So still, I'm also doing the farming here in Chittagong in Bharatpur district, where my parents have the piece of the land. Yeah, it is very interesting to do the farming. Still, as I'm one youngster, really I love to be in the nature at least in a week or twice in a day, something like that.
Okay, and we met in 2015, and then you became, your first role in our network was the ICT Basic trainer, and you developed one yourself. And can you tell us a bit more about why you became an ICT trainer?
Well, in 2007, I started to join a Bachelor in Computer Application. And from 2008, I started the ICT training because, yeah, you see in Nepal, not only in Nepal, in most of the developing countries, most of the people, they are seeking for the opportunity as well as the jobs. But as I already mentioned you, in Nepal, most of the people have to rely in the agriculture farming side, but due to the lack of the skills and the technology, of course, the farming is very laborious and quite hard. That is what we are experiencing. So that's why the people want to move from Nepal to other countries. And while they are going other countries, either for the study or for the job, of course, they started to earn some money and have the income. And at the same time, they also would like to make the communication with their family who are in their home country. And once they started to earn some money or the salary, then after they send either the ICT resources like the mobile phone or smartphone or the laptop or the money where they can buy in their own home country. And once they have the ICT resources at the home, again, the problem, the challenges is they are not much more into that. And also they have the lack of the idea how to access the internet and the communication protocols. So that's why we, from the Change Nepalese Mission NGO, we started, let's provide the platform for the people like the youngsters women group to give the ICT training center from our own community level. So since that time, we started to give the ICT training locally, and now we are doing globally.
Yeah. And
I have some pictures. Pradeep, of you building the ICT center. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, you got that picture. Yeah, this picture. Before that, we rented one room somewhere in our community, near to the community. But at that time, we have to pay the rent and electricity bills, everything. And then I decided that what if to build the ICT center in own premises, in the own land. And also my parents agreed to set up this ICT room. And I started to build by myself with the help of other youngsters. So now where I'm staying in the same room, this is just the initial phase while I was started. And also thank you, Monique, from the One World Citizen. Also you supported for that to make it happen.
Yeah, that was in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
And before we met in 2015, this was already there. And we thought, let's focus on quality education, entrepreneurship, so that you can work out your ideas for change, and education, of course, to learn about the sustainable topics. And then we thought, well, that is the start. But as soon as I met you, you start convincing me, no, first ICT. And it took you some time to convince me, but you were right, because by ICT, of course, you can use the smartphone, the laptop, and also have a lot of education yourself. And I'm very curious, Pradeep. We already told that you are a farmer and you are also ICT expert. How do you combine this? Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for the very interesting questions. The ICT and the agriculture, how can we integrate, how we can apply. Yeah, before that, let's share something, some point of line. Yeah, nowadays, most of the youngsters and the peoples on their hand, they have the ICT resources. Of course, like the smartphone, laptop, internet, and so many things. And also in my experience, in my research, I found that only 2 to 3% of the functions people are using from the smartphones or the internet or like that. That means just for the communication or just for the entertainment or just, and also of course, some people or students or teachers, professors are also doing for the research and the education. But in general, most of the youngsters, most of the people, they are using their own resources, just like 2 to 3%, just for entertainment or just for fun or like that. And at the time, I thought, while I was giving the ICT training, what if we integrate those ICT resources for the agriculture innovations? And since that time, it hits my mind, let's encourage and motivate the people to use their own resources. That is, of course, the ICT tools like the internet, mobile phones, the laptop, for the good purpose, that is for the agriculture purpose, because in Nepal, most of the people, more than 80% of the people rely on the agriculture. So that's why I'm always focusing how to integrate. And since that time to up to now, we succeed to meet different kinds of the stakeholders, of the people as well as the interested people who are, oh yes, of course, we can integrate. We can use the smartphones or the Internet of Things stuff for the agriculture purpose. And later on, I'll also share you how we are doing on about that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and ICT training, it's not a subject at school yet. So most of the trainings has to start outside school. So that's the good side of your work. Alice, will you do the next question?
Since the beginning of your time in One World Citizens, you joined us or the network since 2015. Can you tell us a bit about why did you decide to join the network, or how did you find One World Citizens? As in the beginning, we were still very little as an organization, very small. Can you tell us a bit about that beginning?
Yes, sure. Before I joined you, since 2008, I started to do the African Views radio program. So somewhere on the internet, I met African Views organization, which is based in the US, and we had the interview at the talk show. And after that, they chose me they appointed me for the country director to the Nepal. And since that time, we have to start like the weekly radio show where we can invite or meet or can share the ideas from the different background from different countries. And since that time, I was also looking for some other organizations by which we can collaborate with more youngsters. And at that time, by coincidence, I met One World Citizens somewhere on the Facebook. It popped up on my screen. I don't know how. Maybe the magic. And then I read the objective, the mission of the One World Citizen, because the name itself is amazing. One World Citizens. That means we are the citizen of the one world, not the citizen of only one country, but as we are the human, we are the citizen of one world, then why not we have to cooperate together? Then at that time, I studied about that organization through the website. I saw the objective, mission, vision, which is very similar to us, what we are doing. Then I started to contact with Monique Pandam, who is the founder director of the One World Citizen. And from that time, I got the opportunity to visit over there and to share the ideas, what we are doing, what's the plan, how can we cooperate together. So that's the beginning journey since that time.
And what happened? Because in this picture, you are with Monique and you are with Augustine from Kenya, who we had in the studio for a short time last week. And we have some friends of us from Kurdistan, Iraq. Can you tell us about, is this the second time that you came to the Netherlands, I guess, to visit?
Yeah, I think, yeah, that picture from the second visit.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you tell us what happened when you met all these young people from different countries?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, first of all, again, I'd like to thank One World Citizens, and also, of course, the Alice. I met you first time in the Eindhoven. Yeah, in the second time, while I visited in the Netherlands at the time, One World Citizen invited other youngsters from different countries. As Alice mentioned in these pictures, the guys from the Kurdistan, Kenya, and of course Nepal, and other from Netherlands. Yeah, we met in the head office of the One World Citizens, and at the time we had the program in the schools. I think this is in the Den Box in Avance. In Utrecht, sorry, in the Utrecht. I just confused which college is this. Maybe, yeah, no matter, yeah. Yeah, at that time, we were invited to have the speech and the dialogue with the students, how the ICT would be the role model, and as well as about the rap song. There you can see in the middle who is standing. He is the rap singer. His name is the German Bridgewater. So at that time, he had also the workshop with the students in that schools on about the global goals.
And what happened when you, because you have a special bond with Augustine from Kenya, what happened there? What was it that made you so connected, to feel connected with each other?
Yeah. Yeah, well, as I already mentioned, the One World Citizen itself means we are citizen of the only one world. And at the time, we were really connected, and we were saying at that time, we are the brothers from different mothers. So that's the main things which connected each other. So then, as we are the brother from different mother, that doesn't matter. Then why not we have to cooperate together? And since that time,
you have also the origin. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
You also have, I think the connection also is the basic needs, as in ICT, innovation in agriculture, in Augustine's case, the water problems, but it's all related to basic needs, right? And that was a very connection between you that you find really early on, that problems that are happening in Kenya are also happening in Nepal, and when we can find solutions, many people can benefit from it.
Yeah, exactly, because we are focusing on the low tech as well as the basic needs. If we have the basic needs, then of course we feel the peace, and also we feel that it is much more better to cooperate together. So all the youngsters are seeking and searching, doing the research, how the basic needs we can provide for all, not only in one region. And as soon as we figure out, then how can we implement those basic things in other countries for the sustainability? Because the sustainability always starts from the basic needs, and also the use of the local resources. So we were searching at the time, of course, the basic needs from the local resources, what we can find in the Nepal or in Kenya or in Kurdistan or in Netherlands or in other countries.
Yeah, and this was 2016.
And in this time that you met each other, you've really found out that ICT is the key to that, because ICT can connect you worldwide on the basic needs and find solutions and work them out into projects and startups.
Yeah, exactly. Because I also connected with one world citizen as ICT is the key, because we unlock the door by the help of the key. The key is the ICT. Likewise, we also did the research in Rwanda, Kenya, and Nepal. Majority of the youngsters said, of course, we need the ICT at first, information and communication technology. At least we need that instead of other. So we started the ICT training in the different countries with a number of the youngsters, according to the research, yes.
Yeah, and this is 2016. We started the One World Citizen in 2012, but in 2015 the global goals were launched by the United Nations, and during that period, mostly we were four weeks or more together in the Netherlands, also as a team from the different countries, to find out what our common interest is. And by the global goals, it became very clear that we would like to focus on work of basic needs, but also especially with no one left behind, as the goals were launched by the United Nations. And that's the good thing of One World Citizens. It's developed by the youngsters through the years, by coming together, sharing ideas and vision, and find a common one. And we succeeded. And that feels, of course, like a family, like that bonds us together.
Yeah.
And you played
Monique,
a big role in that.
maybe you can tell us a bit more about that, because I have a question from one of the people who is watching, from Mr. Atul from Solapur, India.
Yeah,
and he is asking us, as One World Citizens, what is your roadmap, a blueprint, your vision? We already a little bit talked about it. There's also another episode, the first episode of the One World Citizens Reporter, that you can watch back on our Facebook page of One World Citizens, that Monique and I talked a little bit about that. But Monique, maybe you can answer a bit about this question. So we talked about ICT, we talked about One World Citizens as an international network, we talked about basic needs and the global goals, but can you maybe frame it to answer this question of Mr. Atul?
Yes, of course, I try. Yes. So when it's about roadmap, blueprint, we started already with 3 main activities that we kept focus on until now. And it's about, when it's about sustainable development, we have to organize education. So the first activity is education, and it's not theory or at school, it's outside school, and it's by good examples of change and sharing ideas. So the quality education on the sustainable topics is number 1. And the second main activity is to empower each other and to train each other in social entrepreneurship, so that the ideas of youngsters can become projects, local projects, or even better, startups. Because by startups, it's your income, your full-time activity, and we can really implement the change we see. And I like to connect youngsters who are active on both main activities in dialogue with policymakers. Because when it's about future-oriented policymaking, youngsters, active youngsters on sustainable change should be heard. So that's the red line through everything we do in our program. But then, of course, the global goals came in, and all the youngsters we had on board already then, they said, well, in this document, everything that we think that should be changed is in it. So let's embrace this document, that's also signed by almost all country leaders, as our base frame. And after that meeting in 2016, as I mentioned before, we came to the second frame of with no one left behind. So it means bottom up, step by step, and really with everyone included. I think that is the main thing that we are doing. And how we work out the solutions is by connecting youngsters from the different countries online in projects. Like we did, for example, this morning, Pradeep had a help question on a platform for a forum for his farmers. We connected with students from the Netherlands who are studying ICT, and they will help him to build a platform in this 6 months during a project. So, but yeah, I think so far it's good enough. If there are more questions, please share, and I can be more detailed.
Yes, thank you, Monique, for responding to that question of one of the viewers. If you, as Monique said, if you have any other questions about One World Citizens, about Monique or me, but also about Pradeep and what he's doing, please leave them in the comments, and we see if we can answer them in during the live stream. Well, so we were at Pradeep's story in 2015 since 2015 in One World Citizens, and meeting a lot of young people from all over the world and finding out that ICT is necessary to make sure that everyone can be part of making a better world, and education about all these important topics. I have another picture, Pradeep, of you working with one of the student teams online, but you also met them, as you can see in this picture, offline in the Netherlands during one of your visits. Can you tell us a bit about that? How, because this is a student team from the Netherlands, from a technical university, but they worked with you on a long-term project, right?
Yeah. Well, while I was in the Netherlands, the Technical University of Eindhoven, TUE, they invited the One World Citizens, and through the One World Citizens, I was there to work with the students. So the students, you can see in the pictures, they are from the different backgrounds. Some are from the electrical engineers, some are from the sustainability innovations, and so far. And these student groups, we work with this students group to solve the water problems in the Kalimati. The Kalimati is the village which is in the Gandaki state in Devghat. So it is in the Tanoor district. So in that Kalimati village, these students, we gave the challenges to the students, the problems to the students, because in the Kalimati village, the villagers are facing the problem on the safe drinking water as well as the irrigation for the agriculture. So we work with these students, and also finally we made the blueprint as well as the proposal. How can we extract the water? How can we uplift the water from the Narayani river in the Kalimati village, by which the villager can do the irrigation and as well as they can also have the safe drinking water. So on their project research, we did that. And now we are also seeking how can we implement those written research paper into the practical. But now, due to the COVID virus, it is going a bit slow, but still I'm in touch with them. How can we implement in reality? Because since 2015, 193 countries signed on the Sustainable Development Goals. So the safe water is also the one global goals. So we focused, how can we achieve as a youngsters, as a students, or as a leaders, how can we achieve, how can we show the responsibility for the needy people in the needy area? So that's why we cooperate together to make it happen. Now we just completed the research papers, and also we find the solutions, how can we do that. Now this is the time to implement. As I again already mentioned you, yeah, because of the virus, it is going quite slow. But let's hope we will succeed to implement in the Kalimati village.
That is a very nice practical example of how you work online by the help of ICT together in a project, specifically on a global goal challenge, which is really urgent in Kalimati, the water resources. So thank you for that example, Pradeep. Monique, do you have more questions for Pradeep or any other people watching who want to know anything of Pradeep?
Yes, I have some more questions, but I also like to say that we learn so much from each other when we are together during the visits here, but also online, of course. And one of the things I really learned from you, Pradeep, is the power of communities. Here in the Netherlands, we live very individually, and we lost that experience of the power of communities. Now, by COVID, we getting it back a bit in our society, I think.
Yeah.
But in your situation, it's completely different. Can you tell us a bit about how community life is in your country?
Yeah, well, in Nepal, Nepal is highly rich in the natural resources, and Nepal is divided into the three regions: mountain, hilly, and the Tarai region. And I belongs to the Tarai region, but quite close to the hilly area. Of course, Alice also know because she already visited over here. Maybe she will also explain her experience with us. Well, the community life is really amazing because I love to be in the community, because all the people, they grew up in their own community, but slowly, because of some circumstance, most of the people are compelled to move from one place to another place. So maybe of the personal matters or the jobs or something like that. But wherever we go, we do not have to forget our base route, because just for example, without the root, there will be not any meaning of the trees. Likewise, without the community, there is no any meaning of who you are, where you belongs, where you go. It doesn't matter. So we have to respect, and of course, we have to give back as a social responsibility to the community, by which we can build our own community much more better than in previous, because day by day there are so many changes everywhere, because all the people need the basic needs, and regarding to the basic needs, most of the people, they are seeking for the development, from undeveloping to the development. So in my community also, still there are so many changes are going on since I born in this community. And of course, our community is surrounded by the forest, the community forest, just 5 minutes by walk from my home, where I'm staying at the moment. And also the city center is very quite near from here, just within 5 minutes from the motorbike, we can easily reach to the city center.
Okay, thank you. Yes, as you are a very interesting man doing very many activities, we decided to invite you another time for the OWC Reporter to talk about the other activities like your SRIC center. But before we finish this nice interview, I would like to ask you, what is your dream for the next 2 to 3 years?
A very interesting questions, the dreams.
Yes,
day by day, day by day, there are so many dreams are flying. So, well, to be honest, the dream for next 2 to 3 years is that how can we make the sustainable community? That means how can we support the farmers for the agriculture innovation? So on that project, we are working on that, and I hope that in 2 to 3 period of the coming days, the years, we will be succeed that we can make a platform by which all the peoples comes over here and they can learn and they can use the technology, the tools for the agriculture innovation, and later on, not only in the agriculture, also other education, health, transportation, so far. So that's my dream.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Well, because you stayed with me when you were in the Netherlands, I know you're a good cook. So I have some small questions, short questions for you. And the first is, what is your favorite vegetable?
Oh, before you answer,
Okay.
this is the quick round. So that means short answers, quick questions. But that also means that people who are watching, you can ask anything you like about Pradeep. So maybe you want to know how he brushes his hair, or how he wakes up in the morning. I don't know. If there's anything you'd like to know personally of Pradeep, you can ask that in this quick round. So yes, Monique, please repeat your first question.
What is your favorite vegetable?
Yeah, my favorite vegetable. Yeah, actually, to be honest, I don't have like the favorite vegetable. I love all the vegetables.
Oh, that's okay.
But the favorite, very much favorite, of course, the potato.
Okay, of course. I thought the rice.
Yeah, potato and rice.
Okay. And second question: what is your biggest passion?
Oh yeah, my biggest passion is to be with community life.
Okay. And who is your biggest inspiration?
Of course, my parents. They are the biggest inspiration, because each and every steps we got the opportunity to explore and to be here.
Okay, that's good. Really
but
good.
Your parents, your parents are in America, no? They live in America?
Yeah, right, yes.
So you miss them?
Yeah, of course. But because of the advantage of the technology, day by day we are talking. Yeah. But sometimes we don't know the words for talking.
It's already good that you can see each other like this, face to face. Yeah.
So one more question: what is your funniest memory of One World Citizens?
Yeah, well, there are so many funniest things in the One World Citizens. The topmost funniest thing is that we dance in the cultural access program about the Kale Kale Sun.
Yeah,
I remember.
I can't let the people hear the song, but yes, it was a very no. I'm sorry, I can't show you that. But I'm sure if you Google Kale Kale on YouTube, you will find the song, right? But it was a very how you say, like a song that we listened to every day, several times a day during one of the youth exchanges. And I think everyone started to dance, and you really brought in the community feeling with that song during the youth exchange.
Yeah, so the final question is, what is your most inspiring quote?
Yeah, my inspiring quote is that nothing is impossible, everything is possible. Let's cooperate together.
Yeah, that's our experience. Yes.
Yeah.
And I have one question of one of the viewers, Margaret Aerts. I think she's from the Netherlands.
We know her. Yeah.
She asks, Pradeep, can you handle the corona situation? It's really tough right now in Nepal. I don't know if that has a short answer, but you can answer a little bit longer.
Thank you so much, Margaret. Hello, good evening and afternoon. The situation, I'm not sure whether we can handle or not, but we can prepare the safety just by keeping the distance and using the masks or the sanitizer, what the WHO and the health organization and the minister, they are saying that. Yeah, of course, it is really tough in Nepal, and now in Nepal, the virus is spreading in the community, and also in our community already one elder people, he lost his life, and also in our ward, altogether 4 number of the people are dead because of the virus. Yeah, it is being really tough, and still we are in lockdown at this time. Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time already, Pradeep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But you did great things during your lockdown period. But we'll talk about it later, next time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think that was the end of this quick round. I don't have any other questions. I do have one message from Lloyd, and that comes back, I think, to your story, Monique. Lloyd Halferty, not sure where he's from.
Yeah,
but
he's from Canada.
Yeah, but he also mentioned that in response to your story, Monique, about One World Citizens and the roadmap, future-orientated policy making is a very good base of a framework with no one left behind, everyone involved. Here in Canada, through Science for Peace, that I think is his organization, we are also developing a program, also working on the SDGs solutions. And open source, climate smart community infrastructure, etc. So very nice to see that it connects us worldwide, right? All
Lordy is my very good friend since a long time. We are also working some part on the SDG.
Yeah, and when change happened in the past, always it popped up on different places in the world. I think that's now happening too, I hope. And I hope we can connect, because of course, the power of us all is much bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this brings us, I think, a little bit to the end of the interview, at least the first part of the interview. I'm sure we have a lot of other things to discuss with Pradeep about projects he's doing, about his SUNWay Research and Innovation Center and the future of it. So hopefully we'll see you again, Pradeep, in one of the other episodes. Maybe Monique, as in the One World Citizens Reporter, is also here to give updates about what is going on in One World Citizens, some news about events or about projects. Can you share us a bit about what happened this last week in the network of One World Citizens?
Yes, of course. Yes, as the schools started again, we had a very busy week already to connect and present projects from the living legends like Pradeep and from the other countries with students from the Netherlands. So soon we will tell more about the projects. You can even invite them to our reporter show. And what we also are preparing is an international conference in October. From 17th of October, we'll organize an online event, and it's about the global goals and how can we work on it together. So also about that, we will soon tell more, and also invite the team that's preparing that conference. I think that's for now enough. And maybe you have some news, Pradeep?
The news, not yet. So everything is fine over here.
I'm happy. Is there anything else that you want to share with us today? Something to end off the first part of the interview, but of course we'll see you back again. But is there anything else you want to share today with us?
I think for today it is enough. Because of course there are so many things to share, but it will take a time. So I don't know how long you have time over there.
Well, we come to the end of this this episode. So as I said before, we will definitely invite you again. You're a very important person within the network of One World Citizens. We are family, so
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much, Pradeep, for being here tonight. Thank you also, Monique, for your
welcome,
for your part in the interview and asking the questions.
Thank you, Alice,
Yeah.
for being here again.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alice and Monique. Yeah.
The One World Citizens Reporter will be back every Wednesday. At least we will try with interviews like these. Next week coming up, hopefully Augustine again. We will try. Didn't really work out last week, so we will try again next week doing a new episode. Same time, same place. So Wednesday 6 o'clock. Dutch time, so see what time it is in your country. What time is it in Nepal tonight, Pradeep?
Now the time is 10:30.
Okay, so
10:30,
late
yeah.
evening, late evening in Nepal.
But it is quite peace and quite silence.
Good. If that's pretty strange for Nepal, no? Quiet and as I know Nepal, as I know your home. But yeah, the One World Citizens Reporter, if you want to be part of one of the episodes, please comment. If you have any more questions of Pradeep, also leave them here, and we will see if we can answer them in another interview. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating. And see you hopefully next week for a new.
Thank you so much.
Have a good week.
For a new live stream.
Yeah,
have a good week.
Okay, namaste. Okay, bye.
Namaste.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.